Here we have a sad math question. Actually, we have a quadratic equation that is x square negative 5x positive c equals to 0. In the quadratic equation above, c is a constant. If the equation has two solutions for x, one of which is negative 3, what is the value of the other solution? So we know that a quadratic equation will have two solutions. So in this question, one of the solutions is given, that is negative 3. We have to find the other solution. So I assume let k be the other solution. Okay, and also the given quadratic equation is given in the form ax square positive bx positive c equals to 0. Okay, now let's compare the given quadratic equation x square negative 5x positive c with ax square positive bx positive c. So when I compare the given quadratic equation with ax square positive bx positive c, I get a equals to 1. A is the coefficient of x square. In our quadratic equation, the coefficient of x square is 1, and b is the coefficient of x. In our quadratic equation, it's negative 5, and c equals to the same. We have c. Okay, so we can find sum of the two solutions of a quadratic equation without solving it. So there is a formula. So what is it? So sum of the solutions. Okay, actually this formula will work only when we have the given quadratic equation in this form ax square positive bx positive c equals to 0. So whenever we have a quadratic equation in this form ax square positive bx positive c equals to 0, then the formula to find the sum of the two solutions, actually I have tried two solutions over here, sum of the two solutions, the formula to find the sum of the two solutions equal to negative b over a. So sum of the two solutions means we have to add the two solutions. So we have assumed k as a one solution, and the other solution is here. We have a sad math question. Okay, let's go over the question. We have a quadratic equation x square negative 5x positive c equals to 0. In the quadratic equation above, c is a constant. If the equation has two solutions for x, one of which is negative 3, what is the value of the other solution? Okay, actually the given quadratic equation x square negative 5x positive c equals to 0 is in the form of ax square positive bx positive c is equal to 0. Okay, so one of the solutions is given, that is negative 3. Usually we have two solutions for a quadratic equations, I mean two values for x in the quadratic equation. So one of the solutions is given, that is negative 3. We have to find the value of the other solution. Sorry, that's coming from here. Here we have SAT math question. We have a quadratic equation x square negative 5x positive c equals to 0. In the quadratic equation above, c is a constant. If the equation has two solutions for x, one of which is negative 3, what is the value of the other solution? Okay, so usually we'll have two solutions for a quadratic equation. I mean two values for x. So one of the solution is given, that is negative 3, and we have to find the value of the other solution. Okay, I assume let k be the value of the other solution. Okay, here the given quadratic equation, that is x square negative 5x positive c equals to 0, is in the form of ax square positive bx positive c equals to 0. Okay, when I compare the given quadratic equation x square negative 5x positive c equals to 0 and ax square positive bx positive c, I get a equals to 1. So a is the coefficient of x square. In our equation, the coefficient of x square is 1, and b is the coefficient of x. In our quadratic equation, negative 5, and c is the constant term. In our quadratic equation also we have the same c. Okay, so if a quadratic equation is given in this form, ax square positive bx positive c is equal to 0, we'll be able to find sum of the two solutions without solving the quadratic equation. So sum of the two solutions. There is a formula to find sum of the two solutions of a quadratic equation. That is negative b over a. So this formula will work only if the given quadratic equation is in the form ax square positive bx positive c equals to 0. What? North. Ah, sonority welcome. అప్ప ఇరా ఒరిజినల్ ఇంక రాదు అక్కడ పాత చెన్ని రాదు ఏర్కం చెన్ని అదే చెన్ని రాదు చెమ్మడి Sure, we have a sad math question. We have a quadratic equation that is x square negative 5x plus. Here we have a sad math question. We have a quadratic equation that is x square negative 5x positive c equals to 0. In the quadratic equation above, c is a constant. If the equation has two solutions for x, one of which is negative 3, what is the value of the other solution? So usually we'll have two solutions, I mean two values for a variable which is in a quadratic equation. So here one of the solutions is given, that is negative 3. We have to find the value of the other solution. I assume let k be the value of the other solution. Okay, let's consider the given quadratic equation x square negative 5x positive c equals to 0. So this is exactly in the form ax square positive bx positive c equals to 0. So when I compare the given quadratic equation with ax square positive bx positive c equals to 0, I get a equals to 1. Actually, a is the coefficient of x square. In our equation, the coefficient of x is 1. And b equals to negative 5, because b is the coefficient of x. In our equation, it's negative 5, and c equals to the same c we have in our equation. So when I compare the given quadratic equation with ax square positive bx positive c equals to 0, I get a equals to 1, b equals to negative 5, and c equals to c. Actually, in a quadratic equation, without solving, I'll be able to find sum of the two solutions. There is a formula. Sum of the two solutions. So, but before that, we have to make sure that the given quadratic equation has to be in this form, because the formula what I'm going to give you now will work only if the quadratic equation is in the form ax square positive bx positive c equals to 0. So when a quadratic equation is in this form, so then the formula to find sum of the two solutions is equal to negative b over a. That is, we have to take negative sign, then we take coefficient of x, and coefficient of x is divided by coefficient of x square. Okay, sum of the two solutions. So already one of the solutions given in the question, that is negative 3, and the other solution is k. We have assumed the other solution as k. So negative 3 positive k represents the sum of the two solutions equals to negative. So the value of b in our quadratic equation is negative 5, and the value of a is 1. So negative 3 positive k equals to negative times negative to become positive. 5 over 1 is 5. So my aim is to find the value of k. So because k stands for the value of the other solution. So to solve for k, I'm adding 3 to both sides. So negative 3 positive 3 will cancel out. I get k is equal to 8. So the value of k is 8. That means the value of the other solution is 8.